Welcome. Welcome back to another episode of Bored in Ohio. How are you, Adam?
I'm just dandy because I have finally finished book 3 of Dungeon Crawler Carl,
I'm so proud of you.
the Anarchist Cookbook.
Mm. And
I know
now,
you've been on me about this
yeah.
because you want me to get to book 4 where your favorite character is introduced.
But you
So
really don't get to spend,
applaud me.
I'm plotting, but you really don't get to spend as much time as I want you to with that character until really book 5, but definitely introduced in book 4.
Okay. Okay.
So excited to get the text messages from you. I know that there's going to be things that are done or said, and you're going to have to stop for a minute and shoot me a text, and we're going to giggle about it. It's going to be amazing.
I'm sure it will be. I would like to remind our viewers and listeners, if you just listen to this, even though we're on YouTube, that since we are discussing the book, obviously spoilers, you know. And if you catch the stream, chat with us. Know it like a couple people have chatted with us before. I like that live interaction, you know.
You do like it. You get very
And when
excited.
you're here, like and subscribe
Mm. Mm.
because we want to hang.
Mm.
But yeah, let's jump into book 3.
Let's do it. What did you think
I,
overall first?
overall, like I know this is probably people like, and I've only read or listened to the first 3. I think it's people's generally least favorite just because of
Are you
the complexity.
are you speaking just from Rick's point of view?
No, I've heard other people like in their rankings of
Oh,
the books,
sure. I mean, I get
like
that.
putting this at least lower, and I think it probably has to do with like the complexity of the thing. But
And
I like in the end, I didn't really mind.
did the
Um,
like Rick's thing, did the length of the what goes on in the trains, was that a bit too long for you? It didn't bother me at all, but I understood why it irritated Mr. Rickles.
I mean, it didn't really, but like just like it kept layering and layering. Like, oh, only stations that are prime numbers are actually transit stations. Like all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then when you get to a certain point and they're describing it as a noodle, and that like there's like actually like a mirror track on the other side, like of a dual layer surface. I'm like, okay. But one of the reasons I don't mind how complex it got, um, was it seems that the author, Dinniman, like, was he understood that he was making some confusing ass shit because he basically made Carl the POV of the reader, and Carl's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
Like, and it's multiple times in the book, and it kind of makes me think that I wonder if he like wrote it out and then he read it back to himself and he's like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
This is kinda crazy, and he went back and, like, specifically wrote some jokes. Um, I don't really know, but it even comes up in the fucking epilogue, about the viewers of this portion of the reality show were, complaining about how complex the level was, and so they get to vote on, what level 5 looks like or something, I can't
Oh,
remember.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, what else I like that this one you were thrown into it right away. This is what it makes me think, like, all the complexity is certainly intentional. Um, that they're thrown into the train right away. They have no idea what the fuck's going on. It's just chaos immediately in
Yeah.
the book. And I think that's just setting you up for the chaos that is to be, because it keeps compounding. Because you got the complexity of the fucking train and how the stations work. And then later on, like you find out there's political motivations and they're trying to make a political statement in this level. And at a certain point of time, they're going to release the crack herons and all this nonsense that they have to accommodate for. Um, but, and I have this in my notes.
Mm.
Uh, what the train did afford was probably the coolest use I could think of for Carl's shield bubble thing. When he was kind of thinking it out in real time, I was like, "Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's brilliant." Since it's stationary and he's on a moving object, it was such an easy way for him to clear out all the enemies and just boom, get a shitload of experience. And that's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, well, they're not going to get to use that again, but he does find a way. It cost him a little bit, but that was when I think that was when they were trying to get the nightmare train,
Yeah.
and they used Donut's puddle jumper teleportation, but it didn't go far enough, and he's not as fast as Donut, and he ends up getting like hit by the train, like caught up in the cow catcher. But he's Carl, and something saved him.
Yep. Did you like
It has to be.
the pregnant demon woman?
Oh, I can't remember her fucking
I
name.
can't. It's something with an F, wasn't it?
I thought it was something with a B,
Is it
but
B? Yeah, maybe you're right.
actually, I think that's probably in my notes. I did like her.
Yeah.
That she powers the train,
Yeah.
and it's her babies. The train is running
Right.
babies. Talking about this book out loud is 1000% absurd. By the way,
It is.
yeah, like most of her babies die,
Oh,
and like they become
fire brandy.
Fire Brandy.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that she's just described as
Hey,
like a
hey,
rockabilly
we were
chick.
both right. I said their name starts with an F. You're like, no, I think it's a B. Fire
Yeah,
brandy. Look at that. Look
there
at
you go.
look at us, man.
Look at us. Between us, we have one functioning brain. But yeah, like that. Not many of her children uh, live. Like she's constantly having babies, and that's what fuels the train. But also, like they become like a brick. That's could be very valuable
Yeah.
down the line. Um, but let's I'm gonna go back because I know
Let's
we have a
deep dive.
tendency to like well, no, we have a tendency to start jumping around. I'm trying to keep it
Sorry.
slightly
Sorry. It's me.
uh, you know, in line. Uh so at the end of the second book, um Carl like basically inadvertently creates an event that was gonna give all the crawlers like exponential loot, and they set up that the Bourne company or whatever was like, "Nah, fuck that." They appealed,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not before one person got like a I can't remember what level of loot box it is. Um, but some crazy fucking shit that he got. And of course, Donut like raged about it, but they address that in this book by having the AI's angry about it. Because the AI's decision was overruled and the AI is a little snarky about it,
I love the
and
AI.
ends up giving some good loot to Donut and Carl anyway. And I think that dynamic is setting up some interesting things potentially for the future as the AI. What that tells me is like the AI doesn't always bow to its master. It's willing to change things up if it gets mad,
Mm.
which I like. I don't know if that comes back up. You do because you're through all the books now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Finished them all.
Okay. Um, really liked that. Um,
Which is why this is good for you to rehash because it's fresh in your mind since you just finished it. So I just kind of let you talk and then you'll spark something I'm like, oh yeah, that was funny, or yeah. Because I don't want to
right,
ruin
right,
anything. I'm always afraid I'm going to jump ahead on something that you didn't get to yet. So
right.
yeah.
I should have actually gone through my notes again and like culled things down like to what is actually important to talk about. Um, oh yeah, like just little things like Carl's finder ability or whatever triggered for the first time, like where he can
Oh yeah.
find traps, but it was too late, and all those fucking fire ants came out of a loot box and like engulfed a train
Yeah.
in fire. Um, but like, yeah, right here, my note: train layout, uh, and how it works is kind of insane.
That was your note?
Yeah, that was my note. Um, and what's funny is Mordecai thinks he has it figured out, but before Mordecai can bestow our heroes with this knowledge, uh, Carl opens up his fan box, and there's like an announcer guy that comes out because it's a type of fan box where the crawler gets to choose the prize. And this guy comes out. I can't remember. Wait, I'm sure his name is in here. It's something stupid. uh, ah,
I'm looking through
I
the,
don't have it,
okay.
but the host Mordecai has a history with, has some
Oh,
beef
yeah, that guy.
with this guy,
Yeah.
and his name's something stupid. Um, but Mordecai goes ape shit and tries to attack the host and teleports away. And this happens like early on, and come to find out he's suspended
Yeah.
for like 6 days, which is the majority of this level's time. And so, of course, he gets ejected at the worst possible time because he thinks he's figured out how the train works. And Carl and Donut and Katya are left to try to figure things out on their own. Now, what I liked, is we know that Katya is like probably going to betray Carl and Donut in some way. That's how it was set up. That Hecla wants Donut and Katya is kind of there as like setup for it. But that doesn't stop Carl from helping Katya like learn her abilities and build her up.
Yep.
And how they do it is pretty good. Like, um, because in that fan box, he gets the Anarchist Cookbook, the title of the book. Uh, and to the outside viewer of the book, it's just a book of like literal recipes that don't mean shit. But you find out it's a secret book that crawlers of the past have been putting in notes about what they've learned about the dungeon and how it works. And like the whole purpose of this book is they're trying to collect their knowledge so that they can burn it all down, which is fucking sweet. But through that book, Carl found out a cool thing he could do to help Katya level up because her ability, like her tank situation and her shape shifting, has everything to do with her mass. And he found a way to like do this backpack thing so that she can gain a shitload of mass at once.
Mm.
And it almost broke her back.
Yeah.
But she did it and stabilized. And like now she's like she's getting more powerful. And you know, why would Carl build up this woman who might potentially betray him? Why? Why, Michael?
I mean, I can't. I do you. What have you? What did you think about the? What did you think about the Bomo and the sledge?
The 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 rock bouncers,
Yeah.
uh, they're great.
They're pretty great, aren't they? You think I kept thinking of uh fuck Thor Ragnarok, the rock dude.
Oh, Korg.
For some
But
reason,
these guys
Korg.
barely talk.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree, but I just for some reason that's what it made me immediately envision that
well, I
that's
like that the first time they get these bodyguards, um, there's a fuck up and Donut almost dies and she has to like kill a dude and she gets her first
yeah.
skull, right? And then like management of the Desperado Club like comes out and like, we're gonna reprimand these guys because this happened. Like you get free because they had to pay for these guys.
These bodyguards, yeah.
But like because the event happened, they get free bodyguards from there on out. And Carl's like, yeah, but we want these guys. And she was like, why? He's like, well, like Carl, like he's got a lot of heart. He doesn't want those guys to get fucking reprimanded. And then so, like, one of the next times they come in, like, I can't remember which of the rock guys
Yeah.
'cause I'm
I
not that attached to
yeah.
them, but, like, bought them an extra, like, spell of protection, and it's like he has, like, 1 or 2 sentence dialogue of being like, "Bought with my own money." So, uh, this kinda well, it's good that you asked about this because this feeds into what I'm getting at, like, Carl doesn't immediately, like, go to, like, fuck it, we should kill this person," or whatever, like, or that we should blah, blah, blah. Uh, Whether it's just his good-natured heart or if there's actually strategy behind it, his decisions lead to good things in the end, even when you're like, "Well, why the fuck would he do that?" Or why would he help level up Katya? Why would he, save these rock guys from probably death? Because it ends up working out for him. Uh, we might as well just jump in to why, like, helping Katya worked out. One, it made something possible, like, so, well, I guess, well, one reason, like, the higher up she grew, like, their shared space levels up too. So, like, they get to reap the benefits of that at least while Katya is in the group.
Right.
But, I mean, we know it was coming. Eventually, Hecla is gonna find them, and Hecla, she's a huge bitch. Like, she's giant. Like, they describe her as, like, towering over Carl, and she's got a badass, like, bolt action crossbow thing.
Yeah.
Um, and she has her crew with her, and, they're basically recruiting Carl and Donut. They're coming to collect Katya, and she thanks him for, like, leveling Katya up and this, that, and the other, but, they're recruiting them to come help save some people that are stuck in one of these stations, right? And this is to me, this might be the best scene in the entire book. And I'll see if you agree.
Okay.
Well, actually, like, before I even say it, well, I mean, you should know what scene I'm talking about.
No, I agree with you.
You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So they gotta go save uh these people. But I think it like the train that they're on doesn't have a cow catcher. It's more like a subway train. And so Katya shapeshifts herself into a fucking cow catcher, and they use her as a battering ram basically to plow through all the fucking mobs
Mobs, yep.
that are on the train
Yeah.
track. And when I picture this, and when I say this, I'm talking old school Raimi, not new school Raimi.
Okay.
Like Raimi, Evil Dead 2 Raimi, I could say should almost come in and guest direct this scene for the TV show if they get that far. Because the amount of gore coming through,
It's so
it's like
true.
the front. They had to cut open the front of the train or something so that uh, Katya could like mold herself to it. There's just blood and fucking body parts shooting through. And I just all I can think of is Evil Dead 2 when Ash, like, had to cut off his hand, but then it reanimates, and he's, like, shooting at it with his gun, and he shoots some hole in the wall, and he's like, "Ah, I got you," and then just blood just shoots
It's
out at
so
him
good.
like a geyser. I'm like, "This is what I see."
I agree with you completely.
Um, but, uh, this leads to, like, another great part of the scene, where it's toward the end of the chapter where Donut, because of her fancy sunglasses, she got in a fan box, I think. She could see that Hecla had shot Katya with these invisible bolts, and she's chatting with Carl, and she's always all caps yelling. And when the train, like when they got through the stuff, and like Carl was keeping Katya alive, she ended up like coming back in the train and like morphing into her kind of normal self. And he kept healing her because their healing people went away. So something, obviously was awry. But when the dust settles and Hecla sees that Katya's still alive, Carl's like chatting with Donut, like, keep your cool. Um, Hecla was just trying something. We don't need to escalate. And it's like the last line of the book. It's just Donut yelling at Hecla, "You tried to kill Katya, you bitch!" and like shoots a fucking magic missile right into her face.
It was great.
It's so good. Um, this leads to a bunch of nonsense. Apparently Hecla's whole plan was to uh kill Katya essentially, but have Carl realize it and him do something stupid
Yeah, because she
where
she kind
Hecla.
of thinks that Katya is like the runt of her crew
Right,
and not worth
right.
the time. And yeah,
Yeah, like this was her purpose,
yeah,
was to do this so that Carl would make a stupid decision and Hecla could kill him and then recruit Donut, who she sees as a powerful ally.
yeah.
But throughout this and how nonchalant Hecla is about it, um, her lieutenant, the fucking snake lady, can't remember her name. I think it might be like Ava.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I think yeah.
she starts talking shit to Katya about how she was just this little sniveling little shit. And apparently they knew each other before in the before times and makes Katya rage. And she invokes her, like, I can't remember what ability it's called, but it's like, I'll call it a rush ability, where she basically becomes
Oh,
a
yeah, it's a really cool ability.
crazy, powerful battering ram,
Yeah.
but she doesn't have it leveled up. So she's not exactly accurate with where she actually rushes at, and she ends up one-shotting Hecla in the process, like jumping up 13 or 14 levels
Yeah.
and becoming like the highest leveled person in the dungeon, I think, after that. But like that fucking scene, like even if the complexity of well, it's called the Iron Tangle, even if the complexity of the whole train system and how the stations work and all this and the other was, I was like, nah, it's not for me. That scene makes up for
Yeah.
anything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. Okay, you talk for a bit.
I wanted to
Like,
know
I need to recoup about that because that man,
I wanted to know your
I could see it. I could see it.
I wanted to know your thoughts on the whole Growler Gary thing.
Oh fuck. I forgot about, yeah,
I l
Growler
I
Gary.
loved that. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. They had to just keep coming back over and over
Yeah,
and keep killing that
that
guy.
point when, like, they found those carts
Yeah.
that only a certain race could use, and they find Growler, was it
Growler
Growler?
Gary, yeah.
Growler Gary, and he's an NPC, but they realize he's an NPC that can't die, which means, like, when you play video games, like, if there's an action or something that is necessary, no matter what happens, that thing has to still be around. Like, you can't kill that character, because they're important for this aspect. They realize, oh fuck, he's one of those races, and he can't leave his little bar or whatever it is,
Yeah.
or else he dies. And these carts require the hands of like these guys. So they initially just he got shit faced drunk and they fucking killed him and cut off his hands. And they went to try this cart out, but it had to be the right hand or something, or it had to be a specific hand on each
On
one
each one, yeah.
that was the same hand. So it's only left hands or only right hands. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ah,
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's
fuck.
like two null left hands to operate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they had to
and
keep
so they're like, "Ah, fuck, we gotta go back." And, like, the first time when they go back, like, he had been so shit-faced drunk, he was insta-dead when they killed him the first time, so he has no memory of it. And then, when they come back, he's not drunk, and they're just like, "Really sorry about this." Eventually, because there's multiple of these cards and they're going to need all these cards for the plan. They have to keep going back and killing him
Oh boy.
2 times per card.
Yep.
Um, but eventually, like, cause like he starts being, he knows that they're gonna come kill him again, and it hurts. um, and he's like, he fights back for a while, like hides and stuff like that. But eventually, they tell him like they explain this is why we keep killing you. And when they actually explain it, he's on
Yeah,
board
he's on board.
because it was a way for him to finally help his friends who were brutally murdered. Like it's a way for him to be important and needed and brave. So he's like, okay. And he's like, try not to make it hurt though. And like, but they always have fucking Mongo uh doing the work, doing the business. Um
I think Mongo
it's just
bites his head off most of the time, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
tries to like make it quick, bites his head off.
Yeah.
But I know like I feel like they were done, but then something happened. They're like, okay, got to go back to Gary. They had to do it again. Yeah, that was a funny bit.
Yeah.
I actually kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, that's one of my
But
favorite
yeah, that's
things about that
that's a
book
good
too.
one. Because that yeah that happened. I think that happened after the whole Hecla bit. Um, Katya is the one who figures out the train system.
Yeah, she does, yeah.
And did the whole noodle analogy. Uh, and Carl's like, "The fuck?" And I'm like, "The fuck?" But some interesting things that I think we find out like throughout the whole book about the train and how the the game show corporations are doing this is all these lines end up in one spot called the abyss. And before the abyss, uh, all these mobs take this drug, um, and they don't go past a certain point or whatever. Like the only car that actually goes and continues on into a station is the engine. And there's like a special key to get in the engine, blah, blah, blah. But the rest of the cars and anything that was left inside goes into the abyss where it just piles up and is like the things in there like die, but like there it's repurposed to make the trains over again. And it's this constant cycle kind of thing, which is really fucking ridiculous. Um, because they're also talking about how they don't get paid overtime and like all these mobs and stuff were given these fake backstories. They think they have families and shit. So you're really getting to like the fucked up side of like
And
the media conglomerate.
if I remember correctly, they also, basically, if they get wiped into the abyss or whatever, once that engine goes through, and then it opens up again and they put more mobs back on the trains again. I think they wipe their memories when they redid it again, so they didn't know they've already gone through it all before again, and then they would just
Right.
keep
Right.
recycling them over
And
and over. Yeah,
they just kept like starting their day doing the same thing.
yeah,
Um but so that's one aspect. Uh you find out that the engine is run by these mantars that are ridiculous beings. And Carl fights one named Gorgor after they wreck a train to get this like information and see how they could get into an engine. And that's eventually they end up taking over the nightmare, and but it becomes their train. But um, you also like I said, like the complexity, like only stations that had prime numbers were transit stations. There were certain stations where different mobs were. Certain stations had boss fights in them, and certain stations weren't stations at all. It was a giant mimic that was there to eat you. Um,
yeah.
so all that shit's going on, and Carl ends up figuring out how to do certain things. There ends up being multiple staircases, but they had to go back. They had to find a way to get back earlier in the stops to get to like some certain staircases. But something important they find along the way, like toward the end, is that if you throw enough shit in the abyss and the ghoul generators get overloaded, they can blow up and then no more ghouls are generated. So that starts to invoke the final plan to like clear the way for people is to overload the system and have all the ghoul generators blow up. And I think the initial plan was to teleport a mimic or like a province boss into the abyss to try to have it overload because it would be like killing things as it went.
Yeah.
Um, what ends up happening is Carl summons a deity, and you find out that deities in this game are just like a paid way for like rich people to get in the game without actually being in danger. And the deity that he summons ends up being piloted by his good old pal, the Maestro. And he accidentally gets stuck with him alone
Yeah.
because he was beating the shit out of one of the Mantars, and apparently, like with this gauntlet, if you do this, like you have a chance of summoning the god, and they're doing it on purpose so
Yeah.
that they
Grohl.
could
I
teleport
love I
this.
love Grohl.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
they're doing this to teleport the god into the abyss or whatever. Um, to like overload the system, but I guess I don't know why they ended up getting teleported to where they did. I can't remember that, but Carl didn't realize that the Mantar had a hold of his cape. So he gets teleported with him,
Yeah.
and then it turns into Grull, and he's kind of fucked for a minute. But his team comes running,
Yeah.
and they brought the other Mantar because they did a dual summoning, and after like a fight where the Grull like one shots a mimic, like cuts it in half with one swing of an axe, which is kind of nuts. Uh, they get like Carl goes over them, beats the shit out of that Mantar and summons him, and then they were finally able to put him in the abyss.
Yeah.
And like all the fucking soul stones fucking explode, makes way for all the crawlers to get down the stairs, and Carl is once again the savior of all. Um, before that, they throughout the entire book, he's always saving people, and this they were very much hitting on like Mordecai's saying like, "You can't save them all," and Carl's like, "Well, fuck, I think I can," and
This is why I should
God love him,
this is
he
why I should
does.
play Carl in the show because that's exactly my personality, looking out for others instead of just my own wants and
Wait,
needs.
do do you know you?
I mean, I'm in disagreement with Mr. Carl a lot in these books. I'm like, dude, just let him die.
I bet you are.
You need to
Yeah,
sacrifice
because he
this
goes up
group.
and
You
he
need,
saves Bautista and all the crawlers that are stuck up by the abyss because they didn't have their fucking souvenir train hats, which apparently we find out
yeah, it's
were the ways to get through portals,
yeah.
which is
If they
fucking
didn't sell them
hilarious.
because they were like 10,000 gold or something like
Yeah,
that each,
they were selling for
so
some
people were
crazy
yeah,
amount,
which was all
and
just
then
a setup trick, you know.
right, and then Carl and Donut were collecting them so they could go save this group, but then Donut's like, "But it's $800,000, Carl."
Mhm. Mhm.
And she just really was like, "Maybe they can find another way." Like, she wants to buy her social media package or something. Fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
Um, basically, I mean, I don't know how much of this is just me recounting the story, but I guess, like, in terms of, like, the books that I've read so far, obviously 1 and 2, this one is definitely the most complex, but I didn't enjoy it any less
Yeah.
than the other
There's a
books. Like I
bunch of
said, they're
little
like,
spice little things that happen in this book that are hilarious or fun
"Oh,
or
yeah." Like,
cool, you know?
the yeah, there's certain scenes that, like, really are like, "Hell yeah, that was a good scene." And, like, seeing the new combos that they're doing, utilizing, uh, Donut's ability to like create like a hole, and they use that very strategically in one part where the train city boss or whatever's coming after him, and she just made a little hole. Carl reached in, grabbed the guy's head, then she closed it, and he's just
So good.
decapitated.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
Like all these little things, like how they're progressing is like super sweet. Um, One thing that's hard for me to track is like I know they're always setting something up for a future book. You know,
Sure.
they're like, that's gonna come along. Like, that's gonna be important. Or if he comes across something that they had already set up, he's like, "Oh yeah, I got that thing." I'm like, "Oh yeah, he does have that thing."
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you find out something, well, like, it's still gonna come up in the future. You find out, oh, that he could have grabbed a bunch of these things before because they're accidentally, like, actually useful. When I think it was Li Zhong he's talking to, uh Li Zhong came across all those Beanie Babies in
Oh
book
yeah.
2, and it turns out if you tear the tag off, you become a minion.
It's great.
And Carl could have taken, like, a whole room of them
Yeah.
because they killed that chick who had all the Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it's also, like, poking fun at Beanie Babies in general. Because like, Carl's like, "I only have 1," and, like, Li Zhong, which one do you have?" Like, "Oh, I don't have that one. That one's really rare." Just
Yeah.
growing up in that time, I'm like, "This is so stupid," but really funny. Um, uh, I think some other tidbits, like the, uh the epilogue is starting to feel like kind of like its own, it feels a little more so it feels like its own little piece, which I think is interesting.
Mm.
It feels like we're getting more of the outside world
Yeah. Yeah.
part of it
Yeah.
in the
Very
epilogue,
much. Yeah.
which is super cool. And unfortunately, especially for Donut, uh, Zev has been put on in timeout. Essentially, she's going through uh, some kind of like relearning therapy or something. I can't remember what they called it, re-education.
Yeah.
And she's been replaced by the PR agent that was Hecla's, Loita.
Mm.
Um, and they're starting to censor Audette's show. Audette's getting pissed, but apparently Audette and Loita have some kind of background because Carl and Donut can see them arguing, but they can't hear them, and like they get arguing, but then they start laughing. So we don't know what that's about. Also, side note, I like whenever they talk about Audette's big fake titties when she's on the show. They like refer to them as like sloshing around.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are these titties made of? Um,
You have to stop for a minute. And
I'm like, it's like, what do you mean sloshing around? Uh, um, and like I've said before, I've talked about like it feels like, I think I said this after we talked about the second book. Like it feels like eventually Carl is trying to create some kind of revolution inside and outside the game. Because as he interacts with more of these mobs, you're just seeing that they're just tools, just like the crawlers in some aspect.
yeah.
Doesn't mean he's not going to kill him. Has to kill him, um, because that's the role that they're all playing. But it's I can see him trying to leverage that further on. And I think they already kind of did that in this book. Um, like they were helped by some of the, I guess they were more so NPCs, but like I think they were probably helped by the NPCs more than they should have been because they basically, the NPCs had an awakening that this made up backstory they were given wasn't real, that they didn't have a wife and a daughter or whatever.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I can see that playing out more and more. Um, but something else I liked about the epilogue in this one, I think I already mentioned, like Audette was talking about, they were doing a preview of what the next level was going to be.
Mm.
That of course Carl and Donut didn't get to see, but then she explained that the audience got to vote on the theme of the next level because the complexity of this level didn't go over well with the audience. I was like, they're making fun of it again. Um, but this one did end with them, like, we understand that in the next book, they have to, like, part of the goal of the level is they have to specifically fight a certain race and, like, kill them in this castle or whatever they are,
Mm.
and they spawn in the sky quadrant, and that's all I know going in so far. Side note, people listening to the book, there's a fucking hilarious commercial at the end of the
Yes.
book that what I love about it, it's a commercial for the audiobook company that Jeff Hayes owns or whatever, I'm assuming. Um, and but they do it in the context of the the book because one of the shows that Carl and Donut had to do was like a supposed to be like a documentary series where they invited crawlers to say certain things about history of Earth, and it's all made up bullshit
Yeah.
or like talking about like the dumbest shit, and they revisit that, and this woman's asking to hear Carl's. Like, did we get any usable audio from Carl's? Because Carl was notably like uh, very pissed
Yeah.
and didn't want to read all the lies, and he ends up doing this whole diatribe, obviously as Matt Dinniman, about the difference like in pay like an author gets versus the asshole who reads the book. It's like this funny like digs at Jeff Hayes, and he starts like, "Well, if, I can always get back at him by making him say like certain shit." Like, and he was trying to get him to say like how much he like loves something. He's like, "You know what? I'm not gonna read this shit." And but that was I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Cracks me up.
And it continues like there, as you can
That's great.
assume, yeah, there's something at the end of every time like that. Yeah. And I think
Hell
that
yeah.
the very last book has something that's pretty damn funny. Like to the point where Kyle couldn't wait till I was done with it just because of what happens in the epilogue.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah. Now, I gotta say, you should be getting some like checks or something
Thank you. Thank
from
you.
Dinniman, in my opinion, because you got Kyle on this, right?
Yeah.
And then
And
you had been
Claire
talking to me about it,
and you. Yeah.
and but Kyle forced my hand though, because he started playing it when we were on that drive.
He told me that was the plan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see.
And
He's
I
like,
was
I'm
like,
gonna put it on,
okay,
make Adam listen to it so we can get him hooked.
and it worked. It worked. And since then, like old Rickles got caught on it, and then him and I spread the wealth at work. Our one of our coworkers got in on it, and now she's like messaging us. She messaged us like the announcement that it's officially greenlit that they're going to do uh, a TV series and
On
stuff.
Peacock. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, this thing just travels like wildfire.
It does. Finally got my
Wildfire.
brothers. Both my brothers are starting to listen to it now too.
I still highly would recommend anybody listen to it rather than
Yes, agreed.
read it though.
Completely. Jeff,
Personally.
the his the fact that he's throughout all the books, there's a very few minor things. Other than that, it's just this one guy the whole time, and it's great.
Yeah.
The voices are great, and his
So good.
inflection on everybody is fantastic. So funny, so good. So
Yeah. But now it'll be a while till we talk book 4. It took me a while to get book 3 done.
But I need you to. I want to.
And from my understanding, the books keep getting longer and longer.
But I want you to get to
I know.
my person, and then continue the story of my. I've been waiting for this for a very
I understand.
long
I'm working on it.
time.
I'm working on it.
God damn it, Adam.
Okay.
All right, so
Coral.
double thumbs up for the book 3 from you. Glad you enjoyed it as much as I did, and Growler Gary's hands being cut off over and over again, which just made me laugh so hard.
It kind of feels like that part of Groundhog Day when Bill
Yeah.
Murray keeps killing himself in different ways. Just imagine like being Growler Gary and waking up after being killed to immediately just see Carl, Donut, and Mongo coming at him again. God damn.
Which they kind
That could
of do
that
that
could
up.
be a really,
Yeah,
really funny scene.
it could be. Yeah,
That could be a really funny scene.
it's so good. All
All right, I
right,
think we should probably wrap it up
all right.
there.
Wrap it up, and then next weekend, man, we'll talk book 4.
I mean, that's not happening. We'll have to find some. You know, we could talk next weekend. Because isn't Heated Rivalry the episode that I shit canned because you fucked up the audio? Anyway,
I can't remember.
if it is,
Yeah.
Kara and I have finished the show,
Okay,
and we can
I
finally talk
need
about it.
yes, and I hope that there is some from me just seeing you recently and your lovely wife that her opinion has shifted as I said finish and then let me know your thoughts. So, and if not, I mean we're talking divorce. She doesn't agree with me, you know how that rolls. So, she might want to get her shit together.
All right, well, next week we'll find out if I'm getting divorced or not.
All right, my man. Well, until next time, everybody, stay bored in Ohio. Stay frosty.